Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Maureen McFadden, and I'm in the studio kicking off the hour with Nanni, Vice President for University Relations here at Notre Dame. He earned his bachelor's degree from Notre Dame in 1984 and his master's in 1988, which makes him a double domer. Thanks for being on the show today, Lou. Really
Thanks
appreciate
so much, Maureen. Thank you for hosting. We really appreciate you lending your expertise to this effort.
Always my pleasure. Now, you were a student here in the 80s. I dare say, what do you like better about what's happening here today?
Well, you know, I think in many ways the facilities are better. The students, I think, are more talented than when we were back here in that day. I think that the academics are more rigorous. I think the students are more service-oriented. And I think the internal truths of Notre Dame are the same. There's a deep sense of faith. You know, there's over 130 masses celebrated on campus every week.
It's amazing.
And over 70 chapels on campus, which is just remarkable. And I think that the same sense of family and that spirit of being there for one another is as strong as it's ever been.
I would agree. And I understand we have some pictures we might put up from you in the dunk tank earlier today.
Yeah.
But as president of University Relations, you oversee the Alumni Association, the development office. Let's talk first about the Alumni Association. What excites you most about that operation? You
know, there's so many great things that they're doing about engaging not just alumni, but parents and friends. Yeah, these shots there. It was very cold, and I wore a suit out there because I told all of our folks that they wouldn't be able to dunk me. And I went in the drink, and it was dirty and cold, and I don't think we should do that next year.
But it was go Irish.
It was good. It was good. It was good. No, the Alumni Association. What excites me the most is this Faith ND effort, and we have about 50,000 subscribers that get the gospel of the day with a reflection and a brief little homily every day, and beyond that, many others who visit and have passed along, and through that, you can virtually light a candle at the grotto. We have somebody from the Alumni Association that takes in anywhere from 40 to 60 prayers a day and brings them down to the grotto and actually reads the prayer and responds to you, and you can have mass cards and so forth. So it's a way for us using the internet to virtually experience one of the great faith traditions here at Notre Dame.
So for those of us who live here and take it for granted, there's an option for other people.
Absolutely, especially those that might be infirm, or those that aren't able to make it here every day like us. And I think it's a great service, and we just see that growing by tens of thousands of people every year. So that's one particular program that we're really excited about that's just in the last few years have taken off.
I don't blame you. Let's talk about the Office of Development. What's exciting that's happening over there?
Well, you know, it's the area, whenever you attract really good leaders throughout the university, academic, student affairs, athletic, they all have dreams and aspirations. And they count on the development team to raise the money, the resources from so many generous alumni, parents, and friends to support those initiatives, that growth. And we can't raise tuition anymore. So really what is critical is to bring in new resources so that we can take Notre Dame to the next level. Just like generations before have done incredible things about taking Notre Dame forward, not just to be a great university, but more importantly, to be a great force for good in all of society.
Okay, and let's talk about Notre Dame Day 2. I mean, this is quite an undertaking, and I understand no other university in the world does this like Notre Dame, so speak about what excites you about this whole thing.
What really excites me, no other university does an hour-long broadcast, but we do 29 consecutive hours of a broadcast. And it's a great way to tell Notre Dame's compelling stories and its many and varied dimensions. And at the same time, to encourage people to make a gift, to vote, to distribute that $1 million. We're so excited because we had 4,000 distinct donors a year ago, and we've more than tripled that number this year. So we're over 13,000 donors, and it's not about the money and for Notre Dame Day, it's about the story and it's about participation. So we're really feel blessed and privileged by what's going on today, and we have a few more hours to close this out in a big way at midnight.
Yes, we do. And thank you again for being here. Thank you for everything we do. And I've got to tell people that you talk about the Notre Dame family. I had a son, a Notre Dame student, sick down in South America, and you enlisted your father-in-law and sister-in-law to help him. So just to go show you how much the Notre Dame family really does, and that was just it was typical for Notre Dame.
It is typical, and you would do the same for me, and that's the way it all works.
All right.
So,
Thanks a lot,
Mo.
Lou.
All right, take care.
And now we're going to toss it back to Terry.